15-minute full body strength training workout that can be done at home without any equipment. Beginner friendly. It is friendly for those over 40 that have never done strength training before. We're going to do 4 exercises, 40 seconds of each of those exercises with a 20-second rest in between, and we're going to repeat that 4 times. Before we get started, we are going to do a warm-up, so you can take that head to one side, get a nice stretch through the side of that neck there. Awesome, team. Other side. A lot of these moves today can be done seated or with the assistance of a chair, and I will show you those as we go. You're going to take one arm, you're going to go all the way back, big circle with that one arm. Take that same arm going forward. Other side. Taking that arm forward. From there, you're going to take one leg all the way out to the side, stretching out through the inside of that straight leg, pushing the hips all the way back. Other side. From there, you can either do the seated, holding onto something, or you're just going to come onto one foot, taking ankle across the knee, sitting the hips all the way down. Perfect. Other side. From there, team, you're going to take feet underneath the hips and you're going to reach all the way down to those toes, keeping those legs straight, getting a nice stretch through the back of the legs. We've got a little bit of hamstring work today, so we want to just make sure that we're nice and stretched out. Our first move of the day, you are either going to be on all fours, half plank, or you're going to be in a full plank. And from here, you're going to give me shoulder taps. So you're trying to keep those hips nice and still, tapping opposite hand to shoulder. This move can also be done on a chair or on a table as well. All right, that's our first move. I have the timer. We're going to do 40 seconds of work there. 3, 2, 1. So pick your option, high plank, knees or knees underneath the hips. Trying to keep those hips nice and still, trying not to tick-tock from side to side. You're just keeping the hips still like you've got a glass of water on your back. If you want to make it a little bit easier, you could take the feet wider and go from there. Keeping it slow, we're not going too fast. If you end up going faster, there can be a propensity for you to tick-tock the hips. You've got about 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Perfect, team. Coming all the way up, you've got a 20-second rest. I'm going to tell you the next move. You can do this with a chair or without, but you're going to have feet shoulder width apart, about the width of your mat if you have one, and you're going to drop the hips down into a squat and then back up. Like I said, you can come to seated on a chair if that helps. 3, 2, 1. 40 seconds here. So shifting the hips back, trying to get those hips down in line with the knees. If you find that you've got any lower back pain, don't come as low. Halfway. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Coming down onto the floor or seated on a chair, whichever you prefer. You're going to have heels on the floor, hands in line with the chest. You're going to lean back slightly and you're going to twist to one side, twist to the other for that Russian twist. And you can add in a weight with any of these moves apart from the first one. All right, so you've got 3, 2, and 1. Leaning back, twist, twist. And if you want to come up in between, you absolutely can, or you can keep that twist going. Just trying to reach around as far as you can, and you can hold that dumbbell, kettlebell, heavy backpack, small child, whatever it is that you want to use to add in some resistance. Rotation is often what is neglected when it comes to our workouts, so we're going to be adding quite a bit of rotation into our workouts. All right, team, you've got 10 more seconds here. One more move after this, then we're going to repeat that 3 more times. 3, 2, 1. Last time. Coming up to standing, you're going to have feet about hip width apart, okay? Soft bend in the knees, shoulder blades are back and down. You can either cross the hands over the chest, or you can have hands at the hips, and you're going to deadlift, pushing the hips back, feeling a pull down the back of the legs, and then coming back up. See how the bend comes from the hip? That's where I want you to hinge from. 3, 2, 1. Hips going back, back stays flat, coming back up for me. So the knees are soft, but the hips go back. Again, if you have dumbbells, weights, you can pop those at the side of the body or have them at the chest. All right, team, I have my back to the timer. That was a mistake. 3, 2, 1. All right, team, we've got 3 rounds to go. So we're gonna head back into those shoulder taps. Grab a sip of water whenever you need to. All right, team, coming down onto the floor. Remembering your options. On your knees push back with the pelvis tucked under, or on the toes, or on an elevated surface. All right, second time here. 3, 2, 1. Other option is to also take the feet a little wider if that helps stop the hips from moving side to side. Nice, team, keeping it slow. We're not going too fast here. All right, you've got 15 more seconds here. Last 3, 2, 1. Perfect, team. Nice and down, coming up with those squats for me. A nice trick, if you do have a mat, is just to line the feet up with the edges of the mat. Hips are traveling back either to a chair or just in line with the knees, wherever feels comfortable. 3, 2, 1. Hips back and then back up, keeping that chest proud. So this move, you've got more of hip flexion. And then when we do our deadlifts, our last move in our circuit, you've got more of a hip hinging. All right, team, you're about halfway. Ten more seconds. You want to have the weight in the heels and the big toe down. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Coming down, we can do those Russian twists. All right, team. Heels are down. If you want to make this more challenging, you can have the heels up. But what I don't want you to do is swing the legs from side to side. I want you to keep the feet still if you have the heels up. Otherwise, heels are down, arms are straight or at the chest, leaning back. Let's go. Twist one side, twist to the other side. Come up in between if you need to, but you don't have to. You got about 10 more seconds here. Really reach as far around as you can. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Coming up for that deadlift, okay? I'm going to show you front on this time. So feet are about shoulder width apart. Heels down, big toes down, softness in the knees, either hands at the hips. Sometimes it helps to have the fingertips just at the front of the hips to encourage those hips back, or hands can be at the chest. 3, 2, 1. Shoulder blades back and down, hips traveling back. So this is our hip hinge move. And you really want to feel this, maybe in the glutes, down the back of the legs and the hamstrings. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. 2 rounds down, you've got 2 to go. Grabbing that sip of water if you need to, coming back in for those shoulder taps, okay? Like I said, hands stay under the shoulder, and you either have those legs extended or the knees down, opposite hand to shoulder. I'll show you from the front this time, actually. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Pelvis tucked. Those hips stay down. You are a plank, not a pyramid. "15 more seconds." I always see it at that 15-second mark. All right, team, you got this. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Coming up into that squat position. I'm going to show you if you feel like you need to use a chair, what that would look like. So, feet about in line with the shoulders, in line with the edge of that mat. Butt coming down either fully to seated or you're just tapping down, okay? 3, 2, 1, down, back up. That's just a tap. If you need to sit all the way down, feel free. You are about halfway. I'm going to head to that tapping now. Here, that makes it a little bit more challenging. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to do those Russian twists in that seated position with or without weight, with or without the feet on the floor, the heels on the floor, I should say. All right. Here, arms are straight if you want them, heels are up if that feels good and challenging, but still keeping that form. 3, 2, 1. Twist to one side, twist to the other. Keep that chest proud, engaging those obliques. Also, can be done seated on a chair, doesn't need to be on the floor. All right, team, halfway. Oh, that's a lie. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Deadlifts, coming up to standing, can also be done seated, mind you. In that seated position, you are just hinging over from the hips. All right. Hands at the temples, at the hips, at the sides, at the chest. 3, 2, and 1. "20 more seconds. Notice how I don't extend my knees fully, they don't straighten completely. You want to keep a soft bend in the knees, or if the knees are going to straighten, you want them to straighten after the hips come all the way fully, okay? 3, 2, 1. That is 3 rounds down. You've got 1 to go. All right, so we're going to do one more time. Shoulder taps, squats, Russian twists, deadlifts, little cool down, then you are free to go about your day. All right, last time, picking whichever option you want for those shoulder taps. I'm going to go back into that high plank, keeping the hands under the shoulder and that pelvis tucked under. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and slow. Cup of tea is on your back. You do not want to spill it. Try to make sure you keep those hands under the shoulders. Often people start to kind of walk the hands out. That's not what we're doing here. You want to keep those hands under the shoulders. 10 more seconds. All right, team, last 5 here for me. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, team, nicely done. Coming all the way up to standing however you want. We're gonna do last time with those squats. I'll face forward this time just so you can see. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Hands at the hips, chest, side of the body, whatever feels good for you. Sitting the hips back and down. You've got about 5 seconds. Last time we're doing these squats, add in some weight if you want that challenge. 3, 2, 1. A little bit of 15-minute workout. Get those endorphins flowing, get that heart rate up. And I will say there are 99 reasons to exercise. Weight loss doesn't have to be one of them. 15 more seconds here. Mobility, strength, happy hormones. Last 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Last time with those twists. All right, team, try and challenge yourself. Lift those heels if you want to. Arms straight out or at the chest. I find that I twist a little further when I have my hands at the chest. It's just personal preference. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Leaning back, twist, twist. Fifteen more seconds, team. Last 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Last time with those deadlifts, standing up, feet shoulder width apart, working those hamstrings and those glutes, that whole posterior chain, to be honest with you. I love a good deadlift. All right. Hands at the chest, I've got a little sweat on. Last time here for me. Hands at the hips, if that helps, push the hips back. 3, 2, 1. Fifteen more seconds. I didn't even need to say it. Last 10, then we are done, team. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, team. Take that rest. Either come to seated or come to lying down, whichever you prefer. You're going to take anchor across the knee. Bring that knee in towards the chest. Close the eyes. 3 deep breaths here for me. Other side. Onto that one knee for me. You're going to tuck that pelvis under. You're going to take that same arm all the way up and over for that nice hip flexor stretch. Other side, especially if you sit a lot of the day, you have long drives, this should be a very lovely but intense stretch. Team, well done today. I hope you enjoyed that 15-minute full body, no equipment, beginner friendly workout. I will see you back next week.